What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. Today we're in a parking lot. We're going to be practicing our fundamental motorcycle skills. We're going to be going over tight turn from a stop, a U-turn, figure eight, progressive braking, emergency swerving, and we're going to make sure that all of us are maintaining our skills during this whole situation, especially those that are commuting to work and still have to go out in traffic and still have to utilize their skills. So today we're going to be focusing on tight turn from a stop. It is the basic fundamental skill that will translate into future skills, because what we're focusing on here is head turn and vision, along with tilting the handlebars and counterweighting, and then also friction zone control and throttle control. So all those techniques are exemplified in one exercise, and that will push you into good U-turns and push you into good figure eights. Before we really jump into it, I need to obviously show you what it is we're working with here. And what you can do is find a parking lot, because remember, a lot of restaurants, a lot of schools, a lot of places are closed and they have big parking lots. And all you really need is 3 spaces. And that is going to pretty much be the max of what you're going to need for today's exercise. So 3 spaces, you're good to go. Now, if you don't have a parking lot like this where there's a bunch of lines that will designate where you need to go, what you can do is get about 4 to 6 cones, or get 3 tennis balls, cut them in half, and now you have 6 cones, very high vis green that you're able to see, and if you run them over, not a big deal. So there you go, that's all you need. Now, for those of you that want to participate in the Discord and share your parking lot exercises, we have a whole new section where the DDFM crew, community managers, rider coaches, and even myself will help critique and help you. What you can also do is have an action camera, or have a tripod, or have a buddy. Make sure you guys are socially distancing. Have a buddy record with the phone, share it to the parking lot, and we'll help you out, and we'll tell you what it is you can do better, or if you did a great job, or whatever it is. So make sure you guys do that also. So the way the structure of this training series is going to be is I'm going to show you the exercise 3 different times. The first time I'm going to separate each movement. So head turn, handlebar turn, counterweight, and then getting ready to go. So that's kind of like the first one. The second one is going to be a little bit more fluid. It's almost like a blending of all the separate exercises. The third one is going to be blended all the way through and just done correctly. And then I'm going to give you the #1 tip for each exercise that will help you out tremendously. So let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, now that we have everything set up, I want to show you real quick what we're working with. We're going to utilize 1 parking space out of the 3 that we're going to be using for the figure eights and U-turns and whatnot. So right here, if you don't have the actual lines, what I'm having here also is the cones. So I'm going to have 2 cones dictating this is where I'm going to park the bike, and then I'm going to have 3 cones dictating where the end is, where my goal is to not go past, is to stay inside here. So if you want to know, it's just about, for me, 1, 2, 3. I would say about 3 steps for you also, if you want to just measure it that way. And what we're going to do is try to make it through here and go that way. This is my tripod right here, and this is where you would put your action camera or your phone with a tripod to record everything. So let's go ahead and jump into this one. You don't need the drone up there. That's just to show you guys a little bit extra. So tight turn from the stop is literally tight turn from the stop. So you need to start the handlebars already turned. So when you do that, you're going to feel the weight go to this foot or this side, wherever the handlebars are turned. So what you need to do is counterweight and utilize your upper body to do that. So turn the handlebars, counterweight, and you notice how I'm looking at the camera? I want you guys to use that as a clue or a cue. That's where your head should go. Woo, it's a little hot. From there, you're gonna go ahead and put it into first gear. So then we're gonna utilize friction zone and throttle control. So once again, we're gonna go ahead and look, tilt the handlebars, get counterweight, get ready for this friction zone, and give it a little bit of throttle. So let's go ahead and do the first one. Now, it's okay to put your foot down. It's okay to struggle a little bit, and it's okay to the handlebars to move. Remember, we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for maintaining of skill. So now that was #1. #2, I'm gonna just do it nice and smooth, but I'm still gonna say what I'm doing. So head turn, handlebar turn, first gear, counterweighting, a little bit of friction zone, and a little bit of throttle. Now remember, the whole point of this exercise is to practice those movements. The head turn, the handlebars turned, the counterweighting, friction zone and throttle control. That's gonna help you so much when you're out on the street having to do this at a stoplight or in a parking lot like this, trying to get out of your spot without running into the next ones. So this is the 3rd exercise. I'm just gonna do it. So let's go ahead, tight turn from the stop. I want you to do this for 10 minutes. Just go back in line. Do it for 10 minutes straight. So put your tire on the line or in between the cones, turn the handlebars, get a little bit of counterweighting, push. There you go. You're gonna find what works for you. Some bikes are better than the others when it comes to slow speed stuff. So if you wanna practice the other way, all you have to do is get on the other side in between these two cones and do the same process going left. So once again, head and eyes turned, counterweighting, handlebars turned. Let's start the friction zone and a little bit of throttle control. There we go. So remember guys, head and eyes looking, handlebars turned, counterweighting, friction zone, throttle control. Those are 5 movements that you need to utilize for this exercise, and then utilize for the U-turn and utilize for figure eights with a little bit extra, a little bit added. But here's the one tip that will really help you out, okay? So when you are ready to do this and you're getting to go, one thing that you can do to help out with that counterweighting is to literally on this side push down and then put your body the opposite way. If you ever feel like you gotta put your foot down, go ahead and put your foot down, but here's the thing, you wanna get good enough to where you never have to do that, so do a little more counterweighting to fix that problem. If you have any questions, once again, join the Discord and we're gonna help you out. Head and eyes, handlebars turned, I'm counterweighting, and I'm getting ready for the friction and throttle control, but now I'm gonna push, see how I'm pushing down? That's what I'm gonna do now. Once we get going, you can push down. So this is what it looks like when you're just constantly pushing down, and we're gonna get ready for the figure eight or U-turns. So I'm pushing the handlebars down while counterweighting. That's all that is. Push this down once you get comfortable and you find that balance, and that's gonna help you out with the U-turns and figure eights later on. So once again, build upon the skills that we have, and it's gonna translate to everything else. So once again, this exercise is just going to be the foundation for the next few. The reason why we have to do this is because once again, we exit a parking lot, we don't want to go wide and hit the other parked cars on the other side. Also, it's going to help us out with stop signs. It's going to help us out getting out of our driveways. So this is a really good fundamental skill to learn that is going to translate to real life things, on top of being really cool when you do some really cool U-turns and figure eights and everything. So guys, if you want to get some critiques, or if you want to get some help on an exercise like this, or figure eights, emergency swerves, emergency braking, anything like that, make sure you join the Discord and then post it in the parking lot section of the training center. It's going to make a lot of sense when you join. Remember, you can utilize a phone or an action camera with a tripod, or go out with a buddy and then have him film it and then show you afterwards, like, hey man, you weren't counterbalancing here, you didn't look very well. As soon as your handlebars turned, you looked the opposite way, so target fixation, or it messed up your shoulders. All these different things can be very helpful to make you a better rider. Plus, on top of it, if you know what you're doing and you want to help out other new riders, join the Discord and let them know, help them out. I will be posting my training exercises. I'll be posting all these different things for the crew themselves to really foster a good environment for you guys. At the end of the day, I can lead you to water, but you might not drink. So I can lead you to the parking lot and you might not practice, but this is what the community is for, and we're gonna help each other out, especially through these really screwed up times, okay guys? So next week, we'll be going over the U-turn, and then the week after that, the figure eight. And I want to see you guys in the Discord, so join up. I'll see you guys around.